So, hello my friends, Devaun Lennox here, PhotographyPX. In today's video, we'll cover the main highlight features and do an overview of Leica's M10 P. Do know you can find timestamps and links in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment. And also know this is not a sponsored video. Let's get started. Released in the fall of 2018, Leica's M10 P, or also known as the Type 3656, comes to market as the updated variant on the original Leica M10, released 1 year prior. The M10 P is a full-frame digital rangefinder that blends digital imaging with an updated yet pared-down appearance matching the analog M cameras of the series. On paper, it brings the quietest shutter of all its siblings, a touchscreen LCD, and a new stealthy design. And it comes to take the traditional, understated design of the M series to new heights. But otherwise, it appears to embody all of the advancements previously made on the wildly popular M10. For its sensor, it obtains the same 24 megapixel full-frame CMOS sensor and the Maestro 2 image processor from the base M10. With that, the image quality, color rendering, and dynamic range are all identical. While unchanged here, the image quality this camera produces remains excellent nonetheless. However, unlike the base model, Leica redesigned the shutter mechanism with this refresh, and it's a small but notable distinction between these cameras. With this redesign, the shutter mechanism provides better dampening, so much so it now stands as the quietest shutter of any M series camera thus far, be it analog or digital. As such, this becomes a key selling point over the base model for photographers wanting utmost discretion while shooting. The Maestro 2 processor also offers a 2GB buffer, which lets the camera produce 40 consecutive raw frames at 5 frames per second without slowing. It features the same native ISO range as the base model. With that, it has a native ISO sensitivity range from ISO 100 to 50,000, and low light performance remains excellent. Users can expect usable images up to ISO 25,600 with minimal processing, and the grain introduced at this particular value is minimal and pleasing, so it doesn't take away from the general aesthetic of the camera's rendering. For focus, this is a rangefinder. With that, this camera provides a fully manual focusing experience only. However, Leica's added some focusing aids if you use the camera in live view. There you get focus peaking, and touching the screen recalls focus magnification at the selected point. Additionally, pressing the front-facing focus button also engages focus magnification. Together, these make manual focusing on this camera easier, particularly at large apertures, and they're also a great option when shooting on a tripod or at high or low angles. The camera also automatically magnifies the image in the viewfinder when using M-mount lenses, helping to make focusing easier. For displays, it obtains the updated optical viewfinder with a 0.73 times magnification and an integrated rangefinder from the base model, and it too doubles as a precise lens-coupled rangefinder with sensor size matched bright line frames. And it automatically couples the focusing function to compensate for parallax distortion. Plus, it also displays either a split or a superimposed field image in the center to help focus accurately. And it has a frame selector on the front plate, letting you adjust the image field to visualize the scene with varying focal lengths. It also features a 3-inch touchscreen LCD with a resolution of 1.04 million dots and a Gorilla Glass coating, protecting it from scratches and light impacts. And this release becomes Leica's first M-series camera with touch functionality, and it's a key selling point over the base model, which lacks a touchscreen by contrast. Now users can intuitively change settings and navigate images in playback. There you can also use various touch gestures like swiping, double taps, and pinch to zoom to review images. Physically, it follows a broadly similar design from the base M10, which originally took the line back into the proper direction in ergonomics. And this new release follows suit and becomes an extension by removing the camera's branding for added discretion. With that, Leica's removed the prominent red dot logo on the front of the camera. Doing so makes it more discreet for professionals wanting the added stealth, but they did add a film engraving on the top plate. Internally, the camera features a brass top and bottom plate, while the chassis uses magnesium alloy. Combined, these provide outstanding rigidity and robustness that'll likely survive decades of long-standing use. Additionally, the camera also has rubber seals throughout, protecting it from light rain and dust, and this design affords the camera with modest weather sealing. However, this construction does make it on the heavier side at 680 grams with the battery installed. Externally, the P is characterized by an iconic industrial design that follows the original Leica M, and it only provides enough dials and switches for effective operation, but nothing more so that it becomes a hassle. In this case, it offers a rear thumb rest integrated into the back plate, and this thumb rest also has an adjustment dial which changes the exposure compensation or enables focus magnification. There's also dedicated ISO and shutter speed dials on the top plate for quick adjustments to those settings. Otherwise, there's only 3 other buttons, one for live view and the others for playback and the main menu. Together, the physical interface on this camera is minimalistic, streamlined, and quite direct, and it focuses primarily on exposure controls alone and a photography-centric experience. Outside of that, the P also has a built-in Wi-Fi module, a hot shoe for interfacing with flash units, interval shooting to create time lapses, exposure bracketing for HDR, exposure clipping, and a level gauge. In the end, Leica's M10 P is quintessential Leica, and it embodies the full M series into a single digital package. As such, it becomes the ultimate Leica camera, yet one that follows the line's heritage while simultaneously refining the shooting experience, and it offers a classic photography experience that is unrivaled amongst other digital cameras. Ultimately, though, it's a camera for the ages and targets a specific audience that values legacy and iconic design. But thankfully, it's the most accessible M in the lineup to date, so if you love the feel of Leica's analog M series, but want to get the added benefits and convenience of digital photography, here is your camera. So there you have it, my friends. There are the highlights in the overview of Leica's M10 P. For more information on the M10 P, check out our website, photographypx.com, and there you'll see a full detailed written review, as well as other reviews that may be of interest to you. You can also look at the pinned comment down below, and I'll take you right to the full review as well. I've been your host, Devaun Lennox. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found the contents of today's video insightful and it added value to you. If you're new here, please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Also, leave us a like and a comment in the description down below. Let us know if we overlooked something or we missed something that we covered in today's video. I've been your host, Devaun Lennox. Photography. P.com.